go grab it. It's about an hour and 10 minutes from where I'm now. So go have a look. I've only seen one photo of it and I wasn't really paying much attention because this was when they first come and looked at the engine, so I wasn't really. I just had a quick look. I didn't look at it too hard, so I'm not really sure what it's going to be like. But I've got an engine to go in and it's not a terrible price, so I'll go check it out and see if we can't bring it home. Another truck, not that I need another one, but anyway, I'll bring you guys along. I'll record where it's sitting. It's been sitting in the same spot in the shed for 20 years apparently, so I'll go see what she looks like. Alright, I'll be back soon. Here she is. So it sat in the corner of the shed for 20 years. Got a 692 silver in it. That's what come out of it, and obviously something happened to that, so they pulled it out and just never went in. It's a 1973 W model, and she's pretty good. It's been inside for a long time, so show you. It's been sitting in the corner of the shed down there. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Here, just taking a video. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Is that narrow?
Yeah, another crooked badge too.
Oh, they're fucking everywhere.
I know.
Really?
I know. Dragging the old W model out of its spot where it sat for 20 years in the shed.
I see progress on this then. This is yeah. Should be right.
So I'm just taking it easy here because the tank's at the closest point to the drop deck, and if I don't watch, it can smash the bottom of the tanks in or rip the fuel crossover line off or fitting. So I was just taking it easy, keeping a close eye on it. So I'm just making my way back home after picking up that new to me truck. So it's a 73W model. It's in pretty good shape. As you see, it's covered in dust, and the bloke was a super nice guy. He's definitely done the right thing by keeping it in the shed for the last 20 years. He's really looked after it, so it will be definitely a good one to drop an engine in and get going. So I think I'm not going to leave it outside after it's been in the shed that long, so I'm going to clean it up and put a motor in it. It needs a few things obviously sitting for that long, but he's done a lot to it. It's got mostly decent tyres. It's got airbag rear end put under it. It's a Kenworth 8 bag. Gearbox was recently redone, like before it was parked. It's got a few oil leaks that I can see that'll probably need fixing, but a little bit of rust here and there, but overall it's a really solid truck. So it's going to be a good one to get going, and it's probably going to jump the queue a fair bit because I've probably got everything there to tidy it up and go get it roadworthy and use it. So I'd like to think I'll be able to get onto that one pretty soon, hopefully. So if I put it in the shed, it'll be some incentive. Like, doesn't need as much as some of the others that I've got. So hopefully an engine and a bit of a tidy up, and should be good to go. So, but yeah, he was a super nice guy. He was awesome. So couldn't ask for a better bloke to buy it off. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased with it, and I'm pretty excited to get working on it. I just want to, like, the inside's mint as well. It's not going to need a great deal, so it's a really solid truck, and they did a lot of work to it before the engine did whatever it did. Apparently it's got a crack in the block or something, and it wasn't running right. I'm not entirely sure. It's got a 6V92 silver 350, so a decent motor, but yeah, I'll have to have a look and see what the go was with it. So, but yeah, anyway, I got two engines to pick from to put in it, and I've got two that I could rebuild and put in it. But if one of the ones I've got sitting there is good enough, I'll just bang that in it, get it on the road, hopefully. So I'll give you a quick look inside. It's pretty nice inside. Got the old plastic for trucks. Window flare, I guess you'd call it. It's pretty dusty in here, but it's very clean and original. Not clean dirt-wise because it's covered in dust, but not damaged or anything. That's about the worst thing inside on the seat. Matching blue interior for the cab, and it needs a new plastic roof lining. They all get old. This one's even got sun visors. I never see them with sun visors. So original dash, and then the bunk, because it was added later, is grey interior in the bunk, but it all seems to be really nice as well. And I actually didn't realise first up that it's actually a walk through and not a crawl through. So someone's cut the back out the cab to make it a walk through bunk. So yeah, it's pretty pleased with it, and I'm very keen to get working on it. So I backed the brakes off, as you saw when we dragged it off, so I'll take it out and wash all this dirt off it, and then I'll get working on it. Radiator's really good. It's been redone at some point, so really nothing to complain about. Just needs good clean. I don't know if I showed you the engine. Here's the engine out of it. So I haven't checked the engine number. I'm only going by its silver 92 off the sticker, so it could definitely be wrong, but Alan told me it was a 350, so generally 350s are silvers. I don't know. Should have a bypass blower, but I don't actually know the difference, so I'm just talking out loud now. So yeah, I've got to do a bit more research on this, but that's the motor. And then I'll show you which engine I'm thinking about putting in it. I got to drag it in the shed and see if it goes, because I haven't actually seen it run. It looks pretty clean, oil looks good, but yeah, I don't know the history of it, so just got to drag it in the shed and see what she runs like. I've got two good options to pick from and two rebuildable ones, so that's options at this stage, but we'll see how we go. I'll get to work on it this week and have a video out for you. That's the plan anyway. It's wash day for the W model I picked up the other day, so I can start getting ready to put the new motor in it. Washing isn't the most exciting thing that you can do out there or watch, but it's not every day you see 20 years of dust on one truck, so you can do a bit of a time lapse washing the rear barn dust off. And yeah, it should be good. I think it's going to look heaps better once all the dust is washed off, because she's pretty dirty. So I'll set the camera up here and we'll get to it, and then we'll put it back in the shed and lift the bonnet off, and I'll get ready to start dropping the engine back in. It needs a lot of air lines and stuff, so there's a bit of work to do to it before it's back on the road, but I think it's achievable, and a little bit of work and it'll be good to go. So we're back out here this morning to hot wash inside chassis rails. You can see they're pretty dirty in there. This side's worse. Need a good hot wash. All the front axle, and obviously the Detroit that was in it leaked a bit, like all of them do. So I've got the hot wash, and we're gonna give it a good wash in there, ready for the motor to go in. I'm gonna give that, and then I'll give the outside one more wash, but it's coming up pretty good really. If I give that a cut and a polish once I'm up to it, it'll be excellent, I reckon. It's got a little bit of rust in it in each side there, and the air cleaner bowls have a bit as well, but I'll have to fix that at some point. But yeah, I'll set up the hot wash and we'll get stuck into it. Here's the elaborate setup so I can get under there and do a thorough deep clean. All very safe. Extra super safe. Just so I can get under here and give it a good wash. But it's coming up a lot better. You can actually see the inside of the rails now. So I'll hit all the other spots, and then I'm going to give the outside one more wash, and we'll put it in the shed. Well, I think that'll just about do it. I haven't gone too crazy because it's going to get covered in dust and crap in the shed while the engine goes in it, so I'm not going too crazy. Just gave it a sponge, and that'll got all the dirt and dust and bird crap off, and she looks pretty good. It's definitely one of the better, probably the best one I've got so far. So I gave the engine bay a really good wash inside the rails, really good wash, because once the engine's in, you'll pretty much never see the inside of the rails again, so it's best to wash them now. But there she is. She looks very good. Obviously it's got some rust in the bottom left hand corner below the door on both sides. The other side's worse. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. The proper way is to change the whole back wall, but I'll see how I go. I don't want to get too invested. I want to put the motor in first and get it running. There's some brown marks where I had the straps to hold the bonnet down because it wasn't bolted down on the truck. On the back of the drop deck, you can see there. Their cleaners have a bit of rust in them, but nothing that can't be fixed. I still got to clean the inside out, but this has taken me long enough. I've spent a solid day just washing the outside and the engine bay, and I haven't even lifted up the rear end yet to do under there. So I'll take some photos in the daylight because it definitely looks better in the daylight. It's getting dark out, so I'll lift the bonnet over and show you the rails, how clean they are and the different colours the truck's obviously been. Yeah, so I'm excited to get it in the shed. The next step is to find out which engine I'm going to put in, because one I've had running but leaks a bit of oil out of the airbox drains when it's idling. I'm not sure if that'll clear up once it's worked, if it's glazed up or what, but I want to get this other engine going over there in a red Louisville LNT 9000. I think there's two there. One has water in the sump and the other one's hopefully going to be a good engine to go in this one. If not, the one with the leaky airbox drains will go in this. So I'll lift the bonnet. Don't know how well you'll be able to see, it's pretty dark, but I think the phone makes it look a bit better. So I think I took a video before, but that was absolutely caked in there. You couldn't tell what colour it was. So it's obviously been that ugly mint green at some point. But before that, it was, I'm going to find a bright orange like that, I think. So don't know where it come from. I'll have to do some research and see. But the other the 74 W model in the shed there, which I did my first YouTube video on a long time ago now, that's also got bright orange on it. So I wonder if they were from the same spot. One point in time, you can see, I don't know if you can see there, but that's cracked and broken. That holds the radiator. It's a radiator mount support, so it's aluminium. I'm going to have to pull that out and mold it up. It's had a new frame horn there at some point, and I don't know if you can see, but they all break behind the spring hanger, and this one's been repaired once before, so we'll clean that up a bit. But yeah, that's how it's going to sit for now. And we'll put it back in the shed and I'll find out which engine I'm going to use. Now I have to go sit on the computer and edit all this washing and dragging the truck home into a video so that you guys have something to watch. Almost fell over. There she is. I'm very impressed. So there's plenty of things that want to do to it and that need to be done to it, but for a start, it needs an engine in it, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, should be good. Oh, one other, I can't even remember if I've shown you inside. I'll have to go back and have a look. But just a quick rundown. It'll be a 692 13 speed. I don't know if it's direct or overdrive, and it's got Kenworth 8 bag in the rear. I think it's called AG 100. I did check, but I can't remember now. And plenty of green and maroon, so it's a bit of a chameleon. Obviously they didn't sand it much before they painted it the maroon colour, because it just blows straight off with the pressure washer. Once it's back in the shed, I'll give the inside a clean out, and then, yeah, as I said, start on the engine. So it'll need a lot more washing. That's really just the dirt. The roof's still dirty. I haven't sponged that, so it's probably going to need 5 washes to get somewhere where I'm happy with it. But the main thing I was concerned about was the engine bay, springs and front axle, because once the motor's in there, there's no room to get in there and wash it properly. So I've got all that clean now, and then once it's running, we'll come back out here and we'll lift it up, and I'll do all underneath the truck and do all the cab, and then I'll cut and polish the paint and get it ready for a roadworthy. Got to do a fiberglass repair up there. That's broken. Rust repairs. Sleeper boot, bunk boot, whatever you want to call it. That's just got potato bags wrapped around it, I think. So it'll definitely leak. I'll find plenty more, I'm sure. Needs 8 airbags from sitting for so long. There's going to be a bunch of airlines and everything. So that's a quick rundown. And yeah, but I'm excited to make progress on it. So it should be good. Thanks for watching, and hopefully next video there's some action and working on it and not just washing, because I'm sure there's more interesting things to do than watch me wash it. Although washing all that dust off was pretty satisfying, knowing how long it had taken to accumulate on there, because that's a long time to sit in one spot. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.